Namaste. The topic under today's discussion is Women Empowerment and the Holistic Development in Children through Vedanta. Vedanta is the outcome of the inquiries conducted by the ancient sages of India into the mysteries of life and death, of consciousness and existence. They proclaimed thousands of years ago that there is only one existence which is appearing as many, and that underlying reality is immortal and divine. Interestingly, some of those sages were women. So Vedanta is the quest of the human soul for the eternal, for the immortal. It is just like the longing of a drop of water to merge into the infinite ocean. While merging into the ocean, the drop is not disappearing, but it is becoming the ocean itself, as the famous poet Khalil Gibran puts it. The sages transmitted this transcendental knowledge to the disciples, which later came to be known as the Upanishads. The teachings of the Upanishads or the Vedanta are universal, non-sectarian, applicable to all people, both men and women, of all places and of all times. The German philosopher Schopenhauer said, "In this whole world, there is no study so beneficial and so elevating as that of the Upanishads." What we are seeing today as Hinduism is nothing but the collection of attempts made by the people of India over the ages to translate this sublime reality into practical life. The Indian sages also developed many techniques of inner concentration to achieve this goal, collectively called yoga. The Sanskrit word yoga literally means to yoke, to unite the individual with the universal. An individual who mastered this technique of yoga is called a yogi. One such yogi par excellence was Swami Vivekananda, the most prominent name in the first Parliament of World Religions, which was held in Chicago in 1893. Vivekananda was the first messenger of Vedanta to the West. He said with conviction, "I have a message for the West." And what was that message? In his own words, each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all these, and be free. Again, Vivekananda was the first to emphasize the Vedantic concept of gender equality. He said, "We should not think that we are men and women, but only that we are human beings born to cherish and to help each other." He admonished men, "Hands off, who are you to solve the problems of women? Who are you to make laws for them? Give them freedom, and they will solve their own problems in their own way, and they will realize where their freedom lies." And Vivekananda gave this gospel of equality with authority because long before he came to the parliament, he was inundated in the transcendental experience of oneness of existence under the guidance of his great master, Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna was one of the greatest masters of Vedanta, who always moved and lived in universal consciousness. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Ramakrishna's life enables us to see God face to face." Now, I am coming close to the subject under discussion, women empowerment. This Ramakrishna, Vivekananda's master, was married. The name of his wife was Sharda Dei. Their marriage was unique. Their relation was divine. And they shared their life in divinity alone, absolutely above the body consciousness. And according to Vedanta, a marriage should consummate in such divine communion. Vedanta observes that the entire creation is the combination of two aspects, the static and the dynamic. Otherwise, the masculine and the feminine. Both are divine and eternal, and they are equal, inseparable, and complementary. Vedanta superimposes this idea of complementarity on marital relationships. Actually, Vedanta does not approve the idea of empowering women, because women are powerful, and it urges us to recognize the power that is latent in every woman and to respect it and not to ill-treat it. So in India, a woman is considered as the symbol of the power, Shakti, the very dynamics of the universe. So Sri Ramakrishna always looked upon his wife Sharda Dei as the embodiment of divine feminine, the mother divine. The respect he gave to her was equal to adoration, and his attitude towards her and the place he gave to her in his life awakened the latent divine potential, the spiritual potential in her. She slowly became a goddess endowed with infinite love and infinite compassion. Sri Ramakrishna did not stop there. He even gave the responsibility of his spiritual mission to her. After he passed away, it's really amazing the way she guided the whole Ramakrishna spiritual movement with her silent spiritual ministration. She was worshipped by the great men and women of her times as the veritable goddess. Externally, she was ordinary, very, very ordinary, but there was a tremendous power within her which was manifested as immaculate purity, unselfish love, empathy, and compassion. Sister Nivedita, the Irish disciple of Swami Vivekananda, said about Sharda Dei, she is one of the greatest women in the world. Swami Vivekananda saw the pure and powerful life of Sharda Dei, and he realized that where the power of a woman lies. He lamented that with such a great potential in them, women were treated as subordinate to men over the ages. He said the idea of complete womanhood, the perfect womanhood, is perfect independence. He not only said this, he struggled hard to start an independent organization for the women, of the women, and by the women, where men should not interfere at all. But it did not happen during his lifetime due to several reasons. But later it became a reality in 1954 when an independent, non-sectarian spiritual organization for the women, Sri Sharda Math, was established, where women can realize their intellectual and spiritual potential independently, guided by the eternal principles of Vedanta. And it was a great happening in those days. And thus Vivekananda's dream of perfect independence of women started manifesting. Now coming to the holistic development of children. First and foremost, the mother, the condition of the mother reflects in the development of the child. She can infuse good thoughts, positive feelings right from the womb, and it is a proven fact. So when a woman is empowered, the child is developed. So when a woman is taken care of, the child is automatically taken care of. The empowerment of women is directly proportional to the development of the child. As far as the education of the child is concerned, Vedanta offers a very effective system of education called Gurukul, where the child is first trained in concentration and then is guided to live a life of right thinking, right willing, and right feeling by infusing the great values of humility, unselfishness, and service. Unfortunately, India lost this track due to several reasons, but in the modern times, Vivekananda restored this Gurukul system of education, and he gave a formula of combination of 4 yogic paths for the holistic development, in which the 3 faculties of the child, thinking, feeling, and willing, are trained with meditative awareness and social responsibility. The schools established by Ramakrishna Vedanta order offer this kind of training to the children, and one can see the internet for more information in these lines. To conclude, Vedanta gives equal status to both men and women, pointing them to the same goal, to realize the divine core within. Vedanta offers definite techniques for the holistic development of the child to unleash its divine potential. So let us strive to rise above these small identities of gender and color and race and religion. Let us strive to be inclusive, to be unselfish, to be divine. Thank you. Namaste.